On this episode of Infowars News, the elite are evacuating western cities. Suboxone is the drug behind the Charleston church shooting, and a report said that Gruber had a larger role in ObamaCare. That and a lot more, so stay tuned. For the week of June 29, 2015, this is the first article of the day here. The article is titled, Total Emergency Alert, Elites Now Evacuating. Underneath that title, it says, Signs of a Current Financial Meltdown are accelerating at an alarming rate. It was written by Alex Jones. It's an actual video about it. So without further ado, I will basically go to that clip.
Now, with that preface said, here's what I'm breaking down. I'm not here to scare you. Having awareness of this, having a group awakening, group consciousness tremor over this information can stop it from happening. And we'll be ridiculed if it doesn't happen, and they'll say, why didn't it happen when humanity stopped it? That doesn't matter. What's important is that we do engage in alarmist activity because we're in alarming times. World financial meltdown. We're about to break that down. Major military conflagrations and escalations. Elites running to the hills and to their bunkers at an accelerated rate. All of this happening, and now Europe began to plunge into the biggest financial crisis since the 1920s and 30s this week, and it's barely in U.S. news, and it gets worse. And it was hiding in plain view. The one person I talked to is huge in entertainment. The other is in banking and military. And they were all saying the same thing. They said, Alex, are you seeing what's happening? Central banks are having runs on them by governments for gold. And again, it's speeding up to a crescendo. Elites are hoarding cash while top bankers are coming out saying ban cash for the public. That's been all over the news. Ron Paul says the day of reckoning is about to hit. Everybody's got this bad feeling. We don't want World War I to happen. We didn't want World War II to happen. They happened. We have one now. It could be the end of life on this planet. Let's get into the news and I'll give you my final conclusion. Look right here. The Voice of America yesterday. Greeks turn to cash as bank crisis looms. What is the bank crisis? They're preparing a bail-in where they take part of your bank account and give it to private banks. It's not even your personal debt. It's global derivatives debt the government signed on to. The bank's debt. Zero Hedge, links to London Guardian, you name it. What do they know? Why are so many of the super wealthy preparing bug-out locations?
Alright, folks, that's enough right there. I mean, you can take a look right here. You can read the whole thing here. But to be honest with you, something big's about to happen, and whatever the hell it is, we need to get ready about it. I mean, you can listen to the rest of the video on YouTube. I mean, okay, this is the second article of the day here, and it's an article written by Robert Harrison. The title is called Suboxone, the psychological drug behind the Charleston church shooting. Suboxone is a powerful psychotic drug which utilizes breaking heroin and narcotic pain reliever addictions. Suboxone is a powerful psychotropic drug which utilizes in breaking heroin and narcotic pain reliever addictions, just like metaphor. Well, Suboxone has its downside risk of adverse side effects. It is medication which contains two primary ingredients, bromorphine and naloxone. Bromorphine is a synthetic Oh shoot. Naloxone is a drug that blocks feelings of euphoria. Folks, I'm trying to read this as best I can here. I'm not perfect. As advised side effects, there are many. As for advised side effects, there are many, although they can be severe. It has been reported that violent outbursts, aggression, acts of rage can be exploited while under the influence of Suboxone. There are other extreme significant behavior outcomes which can be prohibited by these who are under the influence of Suboxone, which filled with the violent acts of the Charleston shooter. Charleston church shooter Dalian Roof was known as a drug user who was caught with a powerful, mind-altering narcotic, Suboxone, when apprehended by police during an incident in February 28th. Basically, this just goes into how the drug is being this and that and the other, and people are saying it's a good drug, other people saying it's a very bad drug, but I think basically, I would have to, I don't have a dog in it, but I think it's, well, you know, basically, this could have been used to pass the TTP through, which kind of exactly what happened. But anyway, we're at the last article there, and it is an article from The Hill. It is called Report Gruber Had Larger Role in ObamaCare. This was also linked from Infowars linked to this article, and it was written by Mark Henson. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, sir. The ObamaCare consultant who once mocked stupidity of the American voter had a bigger impact on the Obama healthcare law previously known, the Wall Street Journal has reported. Jonathan Gruber frequently contacted the Obama administration via email while crafting ObamaCare, according to the newspaper. The journal said that previous unreleased messages show that Gruber repeatedly messaged the White House and the Department of Health and Human Resources between January 2009 and March 2010. He offered his advice on healthcare policy and informed officials about the media and lawmaker interviews concerning ObamaCare, the report added. Representative Jason Kasowitz, Republican of Utah, told the newspaper that the community disapproved Gruber's past associations, that he will be a limited participant in creating the healthcare law. Basically, I mean, what can you say about this creep? There were about, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos saying that basically what ObamaCare was, and the first one that came out was basically saying, him saying that quote unquote, lack of transparency is a political advantage and calling the American voters stupid. I mean, all these Democrats that thought they were gonna get a free handout, I got news for you. It's a screw job. I'm a part of this whole thing now, and I'm really, really upset. This just goes on to show that basically Gruber had a much bigger part of this whole entire of law than anyone else we've seen before. And it's meant to screw you over, thinking you're going to get free healthcare when you're not going to get any free healthcare. Well, that's all the articles I have for you today. If you'd like to know more about these articles, please go to prisonflight.com or Infowars.com. They can find hundreds and hundreds of articles. This one I have for you today. This is Infowars News. I'm Info Gotham, Laugh of Being Reach number 3. Please like, subscribe, and donate. Bye-bye.